It'll take a minute.
Hi, Jai Mohanji to all.
Jai
Hi,
Mohanji.
Lataji.
Hi, Usha, Amrita, and Arun. Triveni, Parizad, welcome.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Jai Mohanji.
Jai Mohanji.
We can start.
Hi everyone, Jai Hind.
Okay, Jai Mohanji, everyone. Welcome to another session of. Sorry, before we go on, I think Aarushi, the sound is coming at your end.
Okay, can you still hear the sound?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for the feedback.
So sorry for the disturbance. Welcome everyone. Jai Mohanji. We are actually today at another episode, the 6th episode of Experiencing Mohanji, where we all gather. Some of you are new today, so I'm just sharing this again. We all gather together to read some beautiful, powerful testimonials, at least one, and share experiences and ask questions to each other. And in general, think about the various transformations that are happening in our lives with a living master like our dear Mohanji. So today we have a nice group, small group here, and we're also live on YouTube. So those of you who are going to watch on YouTube, enjoy the session. And to start with, we have this beautiful young lady who has very lovingly agreed to read her testimonial. And she's none else than Aarushi, whom all of you know. Aarushi's smile is famous. All of us know her when she comes beaming with that smile of hers. So Aarushi, we are just eager and looking forward to listening to your testimonial and also additional experiences that you have with Mohanji, because I know you were recently in Vrindavan also, just yesterday morning. And so please do share. And she spent a lot of time at the Datta Tapovan, Mohanji Datta Tapovan also. So waiting to hear from you. Over to you, Aarushi.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this huge and wonderful opportunity to talk about my experiences with Mohanji. I think it's such a honor and a privilege to be able to share. Can you hear me? You can. All right. Sound is low?
No, the background sound.
Background sound is coming. Okay. I can change my location then. Is that better? All right. I think this background sound is an issue with something, but we can try with the earphones perhaps. See if that's better. Better? Not better. Okay, I think something else is the issue here then. Regardless, no fan. I'm sitting in the hot and humid Delhi sun without fan because I thought it's the fan. Nevertheless, I think we should start without further ado, and hopefully someone can understand what I'm talking. All right. It's not so bad. Thank you, Parizad. I appreciate it. All right. So I actually really love talking about this experience because every single moment that I've got to spend at the Mohanji Datta Tapovan has been so special, and I almost never want to come back home because every time, and this has been the experience with many others as well, every time it is time for us to go, it's just so hard to leave that place. And I think many people would have experienced that in several other Mohanji centers as well. You just feel so much at home. It's your home, and then you don't want to go back to your home. So this is how it is. So this testimonial, I think it's shorter, so we will be able to cover it. It's called Mohanji the Sun, and this is part of my experiences at Mohanji Datta Tapovan in Ganeshpuri, which is in Maharashtra, very close to Mumbai. So if you are ever at Mumbai, this is not something you would like to miss. And of course, as all Mohanji centers, it's not that easy to access. It's a difficult ride, but it's most definitely worth it. And like Mohanji says, if you feel it's too far, how far have you been from God across all these lifetimes of yours. So that's a good reminder to visit the center closest to you. Right then, Mohanji the sun. The night was dreadful and long. Fears, the chains that shackled me, clenched me tight and kept me trapped in the same repeated nightmare, lifetime upon lifetime. Doubts on the self and also on the hands that came to free me fueled this seemingly endless dark night. The same story continued in this lifetime too. The deep-rooted fears gave rise to many situations and experiences. The impressions of past lifetimes had a firm, unrelenting grip on me and triggered even more fears. I was stuck in a quagmire that kept sucking me in, trapping me in the same repetitive loop of fear, its manifestation, and more fear. My heart yearned for love, but it was completely sealed off by everything I had experienced so far. Then one day, the sun dawned, bestowing its gentle, nourishing warmth on my cold, dreary night. It coaxed me out of my shackles. It nurtured love within me and finally broke the seal set upon my heart. Love flowed, expanding me and making me whole. The eyes, a reflection of the heart, melted with love and acceptance. The sun shone bright and chased away the night. As light finally dawned, the thrum of silence became palpable. Beneath the crunch of leaves and the chirping of birds, one with nature's divine symphony. I experienced the sun's presence without presence, as its gentle rays enveloped me like a cloud of warmth, nurturing and loving. A deep sense of contentment flourished within me, settling in the heart of my heart, blessing me with fulfillment at last. How does one fully describe that feeling of freedom? I felt light as air. I danced down the stairs. I felt love and acceptance expanding my heart to encompass everyone and everything. No words can convey that feeling. No such words exist. So profound is its beauty that it can only be experienced and its memory savored. And this is the feeling I was blessed with at the Mohanji Datta Tapavan in Ganeshpuri. The land at Mohanji Datta Tapavan breeds silence, the substratum of all sound. In nature's embrace, you can feel that silence, you can touch it. It is so palpable. You will be surprised that it is so palpable. In the midst of all activity, one day, suddenly, you just stumble upon it. Like a heretofore hidden secret, a mystery that finally unveils. It is always there, hiding in plain sight. The land is so powerful. There I could finally feel free. There I found a home, a place where I am accepted and loved and cherished as I am, where I need to be nothing but myself. At Ganeshpuri, I experienced the freedom to be my true self, the freedom from the shackles of my past, the freedom to love, the freedom to accept myself as I am. These are the precious gifts I received at Mohanji Datta Tapavan. Such grace and blessings the Master bestowed upon me. Those who have visited Mohanji centers would agree with me when I say they bring out so many suppressed emotions. For me, It was the many, many fears I had been carrying for lifetimes. Mohanji had once tried to set me free from those strong patterns, but I hadn't been ready to let go of them at that time. I had carried so much guilt and regret for that missed opportunity to be free from those patterns once and for all. I had cried to Baba, to Mother Kali, praying for another chance. With the grace of our most compassionate Master, I was granted another chance to break free from my fears. Even when I gave up, Mohanji did not. This time I knew I could not lose this opportunity at any cost. It was now or never. Mohanji was my rock, literally my rock. So gently and so patiently he taught me to look into the eyes of fear and they vanish. He made me experience the truth of that statement without any judgment whatsoever. He walked me through my fears. He cheered me on when I did well. He encouraged me when I felt sad over my lack of progress. He was always there for me in a way no one had ever been before. I doubt anyone can be there for another person like that. Only he could walk me out of these dungeons of my mind where my very own thoughts held me captive, binding me and inventing every possible excuse under the sun to keep me there. It was not easy. There were moments when the fears would seize me so strongly that I would want to run away. Every day, one or two new triggers would come up. When I was closest to the breakthrough, my escapist tendencies were on the rise. I was hiding from Mohanji that whole day. It was afternoon when I got the summons. My mind kept urging me to run away. Thankfully, I ran, but in the opposite direction, towards Mohanji. It was the hardest, but the most rewarding decision of my life. So note to self, when fears surround you, cling on to the Master with everything you have, by the teeth. Cling on by the teeth, but cling on. Mohanji helped me through this incredibly tough journey. Baba also held my hand throughout. There is this very powerful picture of Baba in Mohanji's altar room. Mohanji says it's 108 Babas in one picture. It was gifted to him by Vittal Babaji, if I'm not mistaken. So extremely powerful, that picture. One time when my fears wouldn't abate, I looked at Baba's eyes and almost instantaneously all my fears melted as tears. It was such an experience, and always I have experienced this insane amount of warmth and rush of love and acceptance, and it's just a beautiful moment whenever I stand in front of that picture in Mohanji's altar. It's incredible, and everyone should feel it for itself. It feels like Shirdi in Mohanji's altar, like if I am to compare it, the same feeling. What a grace. It was an incredible grace. It seemed as if all the masters were aiding me. I would look at their pictures and feel that they too must have walked this journey of conquering their fears. They would know how difficult this path is and how much their help and support matters. And they did help me always, every step of the way. During Mohanji's visit to the Guruvayur temple in Kerala, Guruvayurappan temple, he was gifted that sacred sandalwood which is used to anoint Lord Guruvayurappan. On his return to the house, he kindly shared it with all of us. It had the most divine fragrance of saffron and sandalwood. He asked us to bask in the fragrance and to apply it on our third eye and then see what happens. I had the biggest breakthrough that day. The biggest breakthrough of all my fears happened that day after putting that sandalwood on my forehead. The next morning, we had the New Year's Homa with Mohanji. Zabardast Homa he had called it, and Zabardast it was indeed. So many of us felt this desire to merge with that pure divine fire, to burn all our past baggage and be pure, free at last. For the very first time, I could feel the mantras that we were chanting. I could feel their meaning, and they came from within, like I meant it. I meant exactly what I was chanting, and I have never really felt this kind of connection with Shiva, with Parvati, with Baba, with Datta, all of whom Mohanji said were present during the Homa. I vividly remember a particular moment. After the Homa, we were bowing before the fire. And at one point, I was standing directly opposite Mohanji. Mohanji was far away, and I was near the Homa fire, and he was near the ashram, near the house. But he was opposite me, and at that moment, I felt so invincible, like nothing could touch me. I felt like as if I had this golden shield around me, and I felt so powerful, so strong. I felt like a Devi, you know how Devi would feel, like she has a shield on herself and nothing can touch her, and she's just walking straight out. And I felt like that. It was the most incredible feeling, because I felt this, like it was like this bulky, very bulky armor, So it was one of the most incredible homas I've ever attended with Mohanji, and I've attended a few of them. But this one, when he says it's Zabardast, it's going to be something Zabardast. At one point I remember, he asked us to chant any mantra that we connected to. Whether we connected to Shiva, we can chant that mantra. If we are connected to Datta, we chant that. If we are connected to Baba, we chant that. Everyone is chanting the mantra praising the deity that they are connected to, and everyone is doing their own homa, and it's all happening in the same Havan Kund. It was incredible, honestly. So, how really can you thank the Master for bestowing you gifts such as these? How can you convey your gratitude? Thank you is not adequate. It's just not adequate. That word is not sufficient. He changed my life. He has changed my life even before, and he made me whole again. He freed me from these chains of fears that I have carried all my life, probably for lifetimes. But with what way, in what manner, with what words do you convey the bliss of experiencing these experiences? I savor these memories. Till date I savor every single moment I have ever spent in Ganeshpuri, doing whatever, even doing dishes. It's special. Doing dishes in Ganeshpuri is also special. It makes you wish that you could dive deep into the realms of silence that are so palpable there. It is easier to access these realms because you are so aligned. The space is aligning you, always aligning you, and the Master does the rest. And you are just there to witness an experience, to enjoy the experience. That's all you have to do. At one point I remember, and I have written of that, though not in as much detail, I was in another part and Mohanji was in his room. But I felt so connected to him, like I am in this vast ocean and I'm swimming, and we are together in that vast ocean, and that vast ocean is his consciousness. And there aren't really words to describe that. You can only experience it. But it was my first time feeling so connected to him across space, and it was a wonderful experience. I wanted to dive deeper and deeper, like a whale, Although I didn't have these experiences of feeling I was the whale, but just that feeling of connection was so profound, and it was so mesmerizing. You are just there, and you just want to merge with him. So even while I was writing this experience, I was feeling the remnants of that same silence envelop me. But what an exquisite experience it was to just float, to just be. Koti pranams at the feet of our Guru Mohanji. And thank you so much for allowing me to share my experience.
Aarushi, thank you so much for that beautiful sharing. For those of you who would want to know more of such experiences, this particular testimonial has come in Guru Leela, Book 10, Living Raja Yoga. So, all the people, many of us who were in various ashrams around the world, we have all shared our experiences in this, and Aarushi was leading in that in the book, not just alphabetically, even otherwise, her story was there. And it requires a lot of, yes, the fears and things that are there. And how beautifully, Harushi, you mentioned that, just hold on to Mohanji by the teeth. I always look at him with this little finger, I just want to cling on to that little finger of his and walk. And for you, it was, yeah, it's amazing, right? How a space can transform lives, and that space, because it's of the vibration, the energy of Mohanji there, isn't it? This is amazing. And the way you were speaking, Arushi, it was so expressive. I could feel that silence. I could feel that bliss. I could feel that you coming out of that darkness to that sudden sunlight in your life. It was, I could just visualize the whole thing. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Pooja has something to say, and Arish, you want to say something before that?
Yeah, Aarushi, if you want to say something before, please.
I had another experience very recently that I had gone. So I had experienced some personal grief in my life. This was my most recent trip to Ganeshpuri, and Mohanji wasn't there yet. We were preparing for his arrival. And at that point in time, Pooja Gandhi realized that there are some stains on the tiles. We should scrub them clean. So I went there with this very heavy heart and sorrow, sadness. And she put me to work. So we started scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. But by the end of so much scrubbing, it felt as if I had scrubbed my entire inside clean. And it is because I felt so light after all the scrubbing. I felt I had lost some emotional weight or something. It was so amazing, which is why I mentioned that even washing dishes in Ganeshpuri is a blessing, because it's an experience. Every seva that you get, wiping the floor, mopping, anything that you get to do there is such grace. It is such this incredible grace. Your stepping foot on that soil is grace. It is something you have to experience, because that place is like no other place in the world. You're in heaven. You're home. Literally, you're just home. And every time I have visited Ganeshpuri, I felt that I've come home. And don't tell my mother, but but that feels like more home for me than my own home. But seriously, don't tell my mother that. It's just you're in the home of God. You're with God, and He's present. Whether He's physically present or not, He's presence. He's always present. We also experienced that in when we were at Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. When He would come or He would go, we wouldn't feel the difference, because the energy would be intact. So we would still be operating in the same energy. It's the same even in centers. Whether He's physically there or not there, it's the same. I remember this one time we were sweeping His room, jhadu laga rahe the, and I was piling up all this dust and putting it on a tissue paper to take it outside, and this remembrance came, and of very deep remembrance of some feeling, that I have yearned for Mohanji before, and this is not the first time I've experienced him like this, and I've probably lost him before, or whatever. That kind of feeling came, and I just started crying so much. I'm crying because I cannot contain this emotion in my system, and it's so beautiful, It's just, if you get the chance, you really must go, because that place will change you. And any of the centers, it need not be Ganeshpuri, although Ganeshpuri is especially close to my heart because it's the first center that I've ever visited. But any center, I believe they would all have the same kind of, you would shift, you would not be the same. From pre-Ganeshpuri to post-Ganeshpuri, I'm different. Pre-Mohanji to post-Mohanji, I'm a different person altogether. So, so this it's just magical places, you know. You have to go.
Everybody, the way they are all smiling, it shows, pre Mohanji and post Mohanji. It's written all over the faces of all the participants here. And it's very true for all our ashrams, all our NCDs. Anywhere you go, it is the same. Because just like how you felt the light coming in for me when I was in Scotland, Baba is of abundance. So that abundance I felt so much, And then the one thing you always feel when you're in an ashram is because it's Mohanji's home and you're there serving Mohanji, whether he's there or not there in the physical presence. I think that also, Aarushi, you would have experienced that a lot. Unmute.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you, Aarushi. So, Pooja, you wanted to share something?
So,
And anybody else also, please, you all are most welcome to share.
so there's a line which you write that when it's like fear is gripping you, cling on to the master. Just hold on to your master. That's the takeaway from this particular. It's such a thing that if all of us understand this one simple truth, come what may, we are just hanging on like monkeys, holding on to him, and he'll take us through. So once we have that feeling, I think half of the battle is gone. I think most of us have felt it at different times. And as you were saying about Ganesh Puri, yes, of course, we have been to that place. So then the Homa that you are talking about, you remember there was a time during Homa when Mohanji got up and he went inside, and then there was sudden black clouds, and all of us could see them, and we were just looking at it. And then Mohanji comes out and he just does it like this, and it's all gone. And that when it went away, the kind of lightness all of us felt, I think whoever was there felt it, and we all discussed it later. So I know exactly. Please, everyone, whoever can get a chance, please go. Ganesh Puri is one place we all need to have.
Certainly.
I think Pooja's gone, her video's gone. So thank you, Pooja, for that. And Aarushi, even that Homa, what you were talking about, it is so amazing. And here there are so many people who have been to Ganesh Puri and who served Mohanji. Would any of you like to speak? Amrita, you're nodding your head. Would you like to say something, Amrita?
Yes, Jai Mohanji, all of you. Just 2 days back, I was there for last week. I was in Ganeshpuri. And, the moment I planned that I've got something to be done over there, when I go, it looks as if like I'm going to my Maika. It is just like,
going back to your home.
Yes. जैसे ससुराल से बेटी अपनी माँ के घर पे जाती है तो कितनी खुशी होती है. So it is just like that, the moment something comes up, I'm so, I'm waiting to go to this. And this last week I was there, although Mohanji is not, as you, Aarushi also said, there are some in the group, like, they want to go only when Mohanji is there. It's nothing like that. Even if Mohanji is not there, you go, you still feel his energy over there. And you feel he's watching from the balcony, he's watching from the window. Even when I went now, I was having the prayer. I was just stand here at the Kshetra and I just look at the house. I was like, yeah, Mohanji is watching me. Although he's not there physically, I know that. But still, he's watching. He's keeping an eye on us. He's keeping an eye on every moment.
Amrita, everywhere his eyes are there.
Yes, every moment of ours, he just keeps watching us. That feeling, and then even if he's not there over there physically present, but you still feel that happiness and that joy of being in that place. And it's really Ganesh Puri. I think those who have not visited, you must just visit at least for 1 or 2 days. It's really, the energy is superb.
Rekha Didi, if you have the luxury of time, I can share so many more experiences. Actually, only if you have the luxury of time, my experiences will not end. But you should have the time. What do you say? Do you want one more?
Sure. Please carry on. Share. And then, in fact, I can see Usha here after you share, because Usha has served Mohanji when Mohanji was in Bangalore in the early days. I'm talking 10 years back. So after you share, Aarushi, maybe Usha can also share something. Okay? Yeah, please do.
Just because I felt that this experience wasn't complete without talking about the animals. Mohanji calls them Avadut Pashu. And we really have to talk about them, otherwise the experience of the center is incomplete. So the first time that Mohanji told me to visit the MCB in Ganeshpuri was hello.
Hello.
I
You?
Suji came and he sent something. I see you when you see me. I see you even when you don't
Aarushi,
see me.
we can't see you. You're in darkness.
I'm in darkness. Oh, I think Suji
I can
sent a
see
lovely
Aarushi.
message.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me just see. Continue. Please continue talking. Sorry.
Sorry about that technical glitch on our end. So yeah, the first time he ever told me to come to Ganeshpuri or visit Ganeshpuri, and he showed me pictures of 3 individuals. The first was Kanan, who is the Punganur cow at Ganeshpuri, and the other 2 he showed me were puppies, Shri and Hari. These were the 3 individuals that I connected deepest with from the moment I landed in Ganeshpuri. So yeah, we do see a lovely message that Suji has posted. So for those of you, this is a reminder. Please read the message as well. So the first moment I met Kanan, especially, I met all the 3 cows, but when I met Kanan, this incredible feeling of love, you know, I felt very motherly towards him, and I still feel very motherly towards him. When I go to feed the cows there, Kanan is the one and only person who will come and land on my, like he would come so close, he'd put his head on my chest and he'd be like, oh, you didn't feed me. What are you doing feeding the others? What about me? First you have to feed me, then you can feed everyone else. So this kind of connection, very natural, spontaneous connection happened with Kanan. And the same also happened with Shri and Hari, who are extremely rambunctious puppies at Ganeshpuri, or they were. Now they are undergoing training to become better behaved dogs, and we are very happy to see that. But they were so rambunctious all the time. They would take a bath and then go roll in the mud again, and poor Aishwarya is running after them, chasing them to give them another brush. So it's really wonderful. And to talk about animals, Mohanji, my first task at Ganeshpuri that he gave me was to go buy 2 guinea fowls. And we spent 3 days. He was leaving, and as he was leaving, I do not recall where he was going, but he gave me a task to go and purchase 2 guinea fowls for the ashram. And I have never been to Ganeshpuri like that before. I didn't know the markets, but we still tried. So for 3 days we went across the length and breadth of Ganeshpuri to Vada and I don't know which other places, across Ganeshpuri. First day we went, we had no luck. We couldn't spot a feather of a guinea fowl, let alone a guinea fowl. The second day we went, again we found none. And the third day, finally, we had some other locals. For those of us who know, there is this lovely gentleman who supports us at Ganeshpuri for the Annadan. He and his friend joined us. So some locals also joined the bandwagon, and Bhavani decided that today she will also come along with us on this hunt for guinea fowls, and all of us piled on in the car and we went. This is our 3rd day of searching for guinea fowls. So far, no luck. And there were already 4 guinea fowls at the Ganeshpuri ashram at that time, and every day I would go and report to them, we're going to look for your family, 2 people have to come, but we haven't found them yet. And every day before I left the ashram, they would follow me till the gate. And when I would come, they would be waiting and they would see me and they would come to receive me at the gate as if they are expecting a report now. What happened today? Did you get them? Master has given you some work. So this was happening daily for 2 days. The second day we went, finally we found this villager very far away, and he told us that he has seen another neighbor who has 2 guinea fowls. This was the first that we were hearing of guinea fowls in 3 days. And this very kind stranger, very kind gentleman hopped onto his 2-wheeler and we followed him in the car, and he took us to the home of this elderly couple who were very lovingly raising 2 beautiful guinea fowls. And we asked them, would you like to send them to the ashram? We have our Guru's ashram nearby, and would you like to send them there? And they will be so blessed to be there as well. But they did not agree, unfortunately for us. But still we were hopeful because at least we saw guinea fowls in Ganeshpuri. So far we had seen none. So then we thought, okay, we will go have lunch and then we will continue the search. So we went for lunch, and post that we started searching again. So these locals, Bharatiya, if you know him, and one of his friends, they made some calls, they're calling this X person, Y person, everywhere they're making calls, and this connection and that connection, just to find those guinea fowls. So then finally we figured out that there is a poultry farm where we can go and find it. So and this poultry farm, incidentally, we had reached so close to this poultry farm one of our previous days when we had given up and returned, and again we went on the same path to find the guinea fowls, and this time we finally hit jackpot, and there were 10 keats are baby guinea fowls. We found 10 keats over there. Believe it or not, we had asked our very good friend ChatGPT how to identify healthy guinea fowls. And ChatGPT had given us this list of, check here, the feathers should be clean, and it should be like this and like that. So when we went to this guinea fowl and this person was selling the keats to us, we were inspecting like every corner of that guinea fowl we must have inspected. And this fellow is asking her, are you, yes?
I'm sure you would have been so confused with all the big list of ChatGPT.
No, we were okay, but this fellow thought we are some researchers of guinea fowls or something. He's like, how do you know so much? And we're like, yeah, we researched before we came to purchase, whatever. So the funny thing is that Mohanji had told me to negotiate the price, and he had told me that one guinea fowl would cost you approximately this much. And I was like, oh, I'm so good at negotiation. I'm from Delhi, come on. Of course I'm going to do this. I bought them at twice the price. So literally twice the price. We paid twice the price because they were babies, and babies are my weakness. So they were babies. They definitely needed a better place to stay. But Mohanji had told us to bring 2, so we brought 2 of them. And the moment that we brought them, it was in the night, and all the guinea fowls during sunset, they fly up to this mango tree, which is their home. It is their apartment complex, basically, one mango tree. And all the hens and the roosters and the guinea fowls, everyone stays in that. It's their apartment complex. So Mohanji jokes that one of the roosters, he has his own bed, and he's very royal, like him. So he doesn't like it if his pillow is moved. So everyone makes a cacophony basically when they're going up on into their respective homes. Then when we reached in the night, usually they're asleep and they're not awake. But when we brought these 2 guinea fowls, everyone started making this cacophony, what's going on, as if they are welcoming the 2 guinea fowls here, that you're not alone. Because when they came, they were still feeling scared. They are babies. The entire way on the car journey, they were in the back seat because they tie their legs when they give you. They don't give it to you as is. Like, we couldn't hold them close. When we have to pretend that, believe it or not, we have to pretend that we are buying them for not such purposes, basically, not benevolent purposes. So this is the reality that we deal with. And so throughout we were playing Shiva Kavacham so that they feel calm, and we were doing everything possible. We were talking to them, and so on and so forth, just so that they are calm. And if we would stop for tea, we would open the back seat and we would check on them and we close it. We were also informing Mohanji continuously of our progress, so he was also abreast and he was taking care. Then the most beautiful thing happened, when these guinea fowls came, the entire family, all humans, animals combined, is there to welcome them at 10:30 in the night. And the dogs are around them, and the cows are around them, who are these new people that have come. It's so amazing to watch, because they're like, they behave as if they're humans, really. If some new animal has come, some new inhabitant has arrived, everyone is going, kaun aaya? कैसे हैं ये, दिखने में कैसे हैं? So it's an amazing thing. And from the next day onwards, we could see in the morning when these guinea fowls were released as soon as they reached the land, but we still kept them separated because everyone is out in the open when they sleep in the night. So next morning when I went to feed them and check in on them, I saw that these 2 baby keats were together and the 4 other guinea fowls were together, but they were all in the same space. By evening the next day, all 6 of them would band together and move in one crowd, like one big family, which was just waiting to happen. And if you are keen to experience this journey visually, we have these amazing episodes that we released on MYC for Species. It's our Instagram page, and you can go and visit this whole series. It's called Glorious Days of Ganeshpuri, and we tried to capture all of this as it happened. So it was one of my first tasks that I received at Ganeshpuri, and it was such grace because I have experienced this amazing bond with these guinea fowls. They feel when I go there, it's just amazing. And on my birthday this year, they for the very first time they fed from my hand, and such amazing things happened. I don't know for what reason they started rotating around me. That was the first time they ever did that. But after that, they we became friends, so to speak. And Mohanji was joking on while we were cutting the cake, he was joking that we should invite all the guinea fowls inside and the cows inside so they could participate in this celebration as well. Because honestly, they feel like family to me too, and I would have loved it to also feed them cake. So it's just wonderful, not just the humans at Ganeshpuri, but even the animals would embrace you with such love. And it's an experience to just witness them around Mohanji. It's so special. Like this one time, Mohanji had come outside to feed the cows, and Kanan was far away. The cows were a little far. The rest of them had come, but Kanan hadn't seen Mohanji yet. And then at one point he just turned around and he saw Mohanji, and he leaped on all four legs, like he literally leaped in air in joy, and then he ran to Mohanji, literally ran to Mohanji, and his eyes are so full of love when he looks at him. Oh my God, your heart will just melt like goo, literally like butter in sun. It's just, you just see so much love overflowing from his eyes, and it's just something to experience, it's something to witness.
Even the pictures that we see on Instagram speaks volumes. The eyes.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
Kanan and
he just gazes at him with so much love, and he behaves like that with others also. So we are not bereft of that joy. He will shower that same love on you, and he absolutely enjoys giving hugs and kisses. This one time he slept in my lap, and I didn't move because he was sleeping. So he just he relaxes completely and he sleeps in your lap. And it's so wonderful. I know that Ruchika Gandhi once released a video of Kanan sleeping in her lap. He does like that.
Beautiful video. It's a
It's a
beautiful
very beautiful video. Because Mohanji says that probably when he was still a baby, he was raised with a lot of affection and a lot of hugs and all of that. So he gives so many hugs and so many kisses. And incidentally, Kanan is also the name of my brother. So I think even my feelings got transposed onto a cow, and it's just amazing. His picture was the first picture that Mohanji showed me at Delhi, and the connection with Kanan was so spontaneous. It's really amazing. So all this is only to tempt you to go visit Ganeshpuri sooner.
Absolutely. I am very sure this will happen. In fact, I can just on the screen, I can see Hanuman Ram. He must be thinking about Scotland because he served as a priest there for a long time. Would you like to share something along with?
Yes, I would. Yeah, why not?
There you go. I saw you, and then I thought, okay, let me ask you.
I thought I would escaped, but okay, yeah. I mean,
No, I'm good. Next Usha, you be
all of
ready.
the MCBs, MCPs, they're such special places on the earth. Mohanji has said he's laying them out in a grid and he's making energy into every single location, and they're going to communicate with each other, and the communities are raising there as well. This is the beauty of it, that people can go there and be in a community. There's food, there's the temple, but the space is undescribable. The energy that's there, undescribable. And as Aarushi was saying, the love, the connection there, unless you experience it, you can't describe it. So I say to everyone, go to your local MCB, MCP, and be immersed in the divine, because that's what it is. It's like a divine energy. It's raining down on those places. So you get different people with different needs. So some people want to worship, some people are bhakti, some people are jnan. Everybody's catered for. Everybody has the opportunity to immerse themselves in the universal truths of what they like, what they enjoy. People are there, they're doing kirtan, they're doing bhakti in the temple. It's incredible the level of energy. If you go into the temple and they're having an aarti, I've seen, people break out into spontaneous dancing. Especially the older people, the older gentlemen who you never seen even smile. You say, like he's dancing. It's like, how did this happen? That Baba said he's doing his magic on that person. He's opening the heart. He's basically telling them, I'm here, dance for joy. And they do. The spontaneity of the enjoyment, the laughter, it's just so incredible. So incredible. I think even myself, I wrote 2 Guru Leelas there. One was called Food of the
Yeah.
Gods. It took a while for me to acclimatize to being a priest at MCB. And I was very much a kind of worldly person before, but when I took those duties on, I realized suddenly, hold on, I'm the chef for the gods. I'm the chef for the gods. So I have to basically do my absolute best. And I came from corporate world where my focus and my long-term attention was the only skills that was useful in MCB. So when I was making the food, I would put my full 100% attention at that. I say, this has to be perfect. First couple of months, I wouldn't say so perfect, but still, it was getting that way. Every time I adjust the food a little bit, making it better, making it better. And then people started complimenting me, oh, this is nice, this is good, this is na. And then when I went in the temple and I put the food to the divine, I had to be so focused. I had to be in that moment. And then this is almost a year in, then I had an experience. Yeah. I'm feeding Lord Ganesh, and from the MCB Lord Ganesh, his trunk hangs down and towards the right. So you can just put your hand slightly underneath where his mouth is, slightly underneath the trunk and where his mouth is. And I'm feeding Lord Ganesh, but so focused, so intently. I started feeling the pranic energy emanating from the pads of my fingers into Lord Ganesh's mouth. Yeah, so the feel, I was like shocked the first time it happened, but literally Lord Ganesh was eating from my tips of my fingers. I said, oh, the privilege of something like that. And then, I thought, oh, I feel so blessed to have this experience. And it was about 3 months later that the same thing happened from the large full-size picture from Mohanji. So I feel privileged to have had those two experiences, which I've put down in the Guru Lila, and duly it will be published. Thank you.
It's there. Your story is there in Guru Leela 10, Living Raja
Thank
Yoga. Both the authors are here. Today we have Aarushi and we have Hanuman Ram also in that. Thank you, Hanuman. Such a beautiful, beautiful experience, because he's been there in MCB for a long time and he served Baba and he served Mohanji in a big way. So that was lovely. Thank you for your sharing. So anybody else would like to add anything, or Aarushi, you want to gather us, say something more, or we will have a part 2 with Aarushi again, and to talk more about what is, your experiences. So
I'd like to
before,
share something, if
who's this?
I
Who's
may.
this? Who's this? Please.
Bharati?
Who's
This is
Bharati? Yes.
Bharati.
Yeah. Please, but do Bharati. Let me spotlight. Carry on.
Just 1 minute.
Please, do.
Like Rushi said, it feels like home when you come in MCB or MPC. When I was first time in MCB Scotland, I felt like, wow, I'm really home, Out of all MCBs, I think this will stay with me as my home, like your first love. So then I came to Ganesh Puri, and then I say, wow, this is home. This is also home. Like all your love goes to your first child. Then you think, now I cannot never love my second child like that, and then your heart is opening again, and like a mother does, The Ganesh Puri came, the heart opened again and said, wow, this is my home. Then last week I was in Serbia. I said, wow, this is my home. home.
So it's all
it's
our
true.
centers, I think, heaven on earth,
It's
right?
true.
I was just going to
Totally
ask
true.
you, Bharati, how was it last week? And you're saying that.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I really felt like a VIP. We were allowed to sleep in the MPC itself. And I always love that when you are allowed to be in the energy and you don't have to move out in the evening and come back. So you're totally embraced by this energy, and that will stay until you leave. And you don't want to leave, of course. But the energy was so good, and I felt, yeah, home. What else can I say? I felt home. You just flow with the flow. At the beginning, there were not so many people, and you're just one of them. You know, you go to this temple, you sing the arati, you go to the next, and you eat together. And what can I
Absolutely.
say?
Absolutely. In fact, the rhythmic way the life flows in at the MCB or at the MDT, wherever, the rhythmic way, that itself is so beautiful and the energy stays with you all the time. Yeah, thank you, Bharati. Thank you for that. Anything some last words for today's session, Aarushi? Thank you for joining us.
Thank
And
you. May I share one last thing? Sorry.
yes, please do, please do. That's why I asked you.
Uh, I think
Aarushi is on a roll today. That's
I'm on a
wonderful.
road. This is my most favorite thing ever. So we really enjoy this. Sometimes in MYC we have these closed meetings where we sit together and just talk about Mohanji, and then we have a blast. So just one last thing that I would like to share. So the Ganeshpuri Datta Tapovan is not an ashram yet. It's an ashram which is developing slowly, but developing. And initially, the first time when I visited there, there was just the Datta tree, and then Datta's idol came. But the connection with the idol was not as strong. Then I visited there for the first time with Mohanji, and then I felt, oh wow, something's happening here. And from that time to my experience of the idol now, Mohanji says that even without the prana pratishtha, Datta just came and settled there. So when you go, you feel him so strongly, and it's this amazing Audumba tree, and there is a very beautiful, we call it Shamvan, so a black stone idol of Datta, and the energy is so palpable now. It's completely different from how it was a couple years before, and you can feel it. Every leaf, every fig fruit that falls to the ground, it's all Datta, and I experienced that so beautifully during the Holi celebration that we had there. And that's a story. It's a story for another time, because otherwise this session will not end. But it was so beautiful because we celebrated Holi with Datta, and while we were applying the gulal to his, which is colored powder, to his face, it actually felt like I was applying gulal to Mohanji, and that experience was so amazing, and he was so happy because we had all these children from the villages, from the construction site. We had about 40-50 children all dancing and just so blissed out in joy, and just enjoying food and dancing and playing with Datta and coloring him here and sometime on the hand and sometime on the feet. And you could see that Datta was so happy. The idol exuded happiness, it exuded love and joy, and it was such an experience. And this is all without prana pratishtha. That idol has not had prana pratishtha yet. Sorry, they are just agreeing with us basically. So but the idol is very powerful, and the energy is very subtle, very light. But I one of my most amazing feelings was sitting under the shade. Oh,
She's gone out. I think she got cut suddenly. Something happened and she got cut. So it was.
I think she was just. I think she was just. She had accidentally hit the exit button.
Yeah, something has happened. So anyways, it's almost an hour. See, this is the reason why we have this group here. You can see how exuberant it is, and all of us have something to say. And this is something we all love talking about Mohanji. So I think each of you should join, bring in everybody, and we should all join and speak. There, Aarushi is back, I think. We should get back together, join, and speak about Mohanji and share all these experiences, because so many things happen to us and sometimes we are not aware of it. So when somebody else shares, we realize, yes, this also happened to me. Okay, so this is another reason. So please keep joining us every week. And Aarushi is back here, so she can just complete it for us. Yes, Aarushi?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I think this is just the masters telling us that we've spent way too much time here and I had better shut up now. But I do welcome and encourage everyone to go visit your nearest MCB, MPC. Go visit Mohanji whenever you have the chance. You have probably waited lifetimes for this and you don't realize it because you don't remember your past. None of us do. But we have yearned for him and we have received his love. And there is no bigger grace than this. There is no bigger grace than this. We are alive at the same time that he is alive. There is no bigger grace than this. So, anytime, any chance that you get, bask in his energy, connect to him, feel him. If you feel that he is with him, if you feel that you're with him or that he is with you, you can feel him very deeply. So, just take the chance to connect with him. Jai Mohanji.
Jai Mohanji. On
Jai
that
Mohanji.
beautiful
Thank you,
word,
Aarushi.
let's all thank Aarushi and thanks all of you, to each one of you who have joined, taken time to join and listen to these lovely stories. So thank you, Aarushi. Aarushi, I'm sure you're going to come again and again and share more. And all of us also, we'll all come together and share each week, every Monday at this time. Okay? So hoping to see all of you again. Jai Mohanji.
Jai Mohanji.
Jai Mohanji,
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Thank you,
Wonderful
Aarushi.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
team.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jai Mohanji.